Hey, what's up, y'all? It is Tuesday, January 8th. I was like, boy, I done lost the date. All right, so we're going to finish the linking literacy from yesterday, so we're going to kind of go over that, and that is due today. And then we're going to talk about the space dog. Woo-woo. Okay, get this in there. Hello, 2025. Let's go. Okay, so just a reminder, there is a HMS core values contest. I don't know what I did with my tickets. Hopefully I didn't leave them at home. I got to figure out where they're at. However, teachers, whoa, almost fell down. Anyway, teachers have tickets. They're going to ask you about the core values, or maybe they observe you doing the core values. You know, accountability, accountable, respectful, and empathetic. And they're going to ask you, see you, like, however that works, right? And then you will get a ticket, and then, boom, that ticket can be turned in up front in the, I think it's in the counseling office, or it's in the office. But I just wanted to let you guys to be aware of that contest. All right, cool. And I think there's a Roblox gift card, JBL headphones, and then what was the other thing? I can't remember what the third thing was. But anyway, just be aware of that contest, okay? Make sure to exhibit those core values. We started to go over this yesterday. We looked at hashtags. We talked about that exclusively, and we talked about the fact that hashtags usually are topical, right, in the way that they're using it. We also talked about this is a hashtag, okay? That technically is the hashtag, but the way that we use it in the modern day, right, is we have it like this. So if you look at all these different hashtags, I want to go home, too tired, is it 3:05, cancel school, hashtag I'm hungry, hashtag windy, because yesterday was really windy, hashtag is it lunch yet, hashtag slept through my alarms, hashtag nap time. Like, all of those hashtags have to do with, like, school, but more specifically, like, going back to school. So when you're making these hashtags over here, and we're gonna talk through them, then they should tie into what is going on, like, specifically with what you wrote. So also, I just want to put this out there that we're just gonna have time in class to do work. I'm not gonna put that on here, but again, we're gonna have time in class to do work. Let's go and check into the assignment, okay? So if you haven't got this, pause that. So if you haven't gotten this assignment done, please take the time, get this assignment done, and then we're just going to do a little bit of review of the assignment. So gravitational fields, hopefully most people wrote something that's attraction that all objects have, right? That's gravity, right? And then the bigger the mass, that's one. The bigger the mass, the more gravity there is. A lot of people also put for gravitational fields, because you saw this in the text, is that you would put something that it's similar to a magnetic field. Some people put that it's similar to an electrical field, and that it exerts around the object. It's not just in the object itself, but it's like out and around, so a field around the object, right? Cool. So let's go ahead and do that. So you could have put that. You could have put hashtag around, I don't know, whatever hashtag you think might be applicable, right? So then mass, right? And if you talk about that, hopefully that is something that's more just in there. The amount of matter something has, right? And then what do you think you should put that? And then more matter, more mass. That's cool, right? That would be a cool one right there. And then as we keep going down, weight, hopefully you put something to do with gravity there, but measures the gravitational pull of an object's mass, right? So it measures, so that's what weight is a measure of. It's a measure of how much gravity is pulling down on that. So let's see what we put here. Mass with gravity, that's totally cool. I'm cool with that. So mass with gravity is weight, right? So then Sir Isaac Newton, what did you guys put there? Let's just take a look. Developed fundamental ideas of the history of science, wild, right? So then some people say he's the greatest scientist that ever lived, right? Some people say that. Let's see what it says. Smart man, right? Smart or science guy. Apple guy, right? We're not talking about Apple the phones, but Apple guy, right? Like a lot of people, gravity guy, right? Forces guy. I don't know, whatever. Something like this, right? Forces scientist. So you could have put anything like that. I'm interested to see what hashtags you guys came up with. We're just going to talk about this real quick. We more or less talked about that on this last page. So if you put any of those things, measures the gravitational pull on an object, amount of matter in something, Gravitational field is produced by all objects that have mass. It's an attractive force. Its strengths are determined by how much mass an object has and how close objects are from each other. So mass and distance, and we talked about that on the quiz. And then force, a push or pull, right? And then fields, a region or space near the source of force. So usually when you talk about like fields, right, it's going to say like, okay, well, if I have this object, the area around this would be the field. So kind of even just like our school, right? Like we have a field, like it's around where the school is at. So, cool. That is that. Let's keep it pushing to here. So, I do want to say this, write this in your scientific journal. Do not, so there's worksheets that are going to be handed out, but they're laminated, so you won't be able to write on them anyway. However, don't write on them. But for the people in class, you will have this. So I want to point this out for a couple things. So I'm going to go like this. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go ahead and we'll get out of the studio, go to the courses. Inside of the reading that you guys were already doing is this exact same. So I just wanted to make sure to show that. Like, if you scroll down to the bottom, right, boom, it's this exact same thing. So we're just going to go over this scenario. So take time, read the scenario, and then let's talk through the scenario. But this is also here in the reading as well. And it is on the slide, so it's in both places. So either way, it would be cool to get there. Okay. All right, go ahead and read the scenario and then unpause the video again. Read the scenario, unpause the video. Yo, what's up? Did you read the scenario? Huh? Did you read the scenario? Hopefully you did. Okay, cool. So we know that your mass or the amount of matter in your body, right, does not change as you travel. So whatever mass you have, that's the mass you have. If you go from one planet to the next. And if you look, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, there's a whole bunch of planets on here, right? Your weight, however, is affected by the pull of gravity. So remember, weight is about gravity. Calculate the weight of a 35 kilogram. So that probably is important. 35 kilogram dog, right? Traveling the solar system. So we got our space dog right here. All right. This is just another way that we can use Newton's second law, force, mass times acceleration. The force of gravity equals, right, mass of the object times the acceleration. So if you look right there, this is the mass of the object, and the object happens to be a dog, and it's 35 kilograms times the gravity, right? So 35 times 3.6 is going to be equal to 126 newtons. So let's just do that mathematically so we can make sure that we're like, yeah, for certain we know that that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my calculator here, and then I'm just going to be like, okay, let's just take a look. Let's move this on over here and just say, all right, 35 times 3.6 is equal to, oh my gosh, where are we at? I think I put the wrong. 35 times 3.6. Bam. 126. So that gives us the newtons. So again, mass times gravity is equal to the weight in newtons. So again, 126 newtons. That's what we got in there. Okay. Boom. All right. Totally cool. All right. Now on to the weight, and we have to use, and we haven't done this in a while, so we have to use this conversion factor right here. I'm going to move myself up out the way because I'm going to show you guys this is how you would use it and set it up. So you would say, all right, so we want to go from 126 newtons, right? But we want to go to pounds. So pounds should be on top of the conversion factor because that's where we are converting to. We're going from newtons to pounds. So you should be able to do that every time when you're doing the conversion. Okay, I'm going from newtons to pounds. All right, cool. So then I'm going to have newtons on the bottom right here. So for every 1 pound, there's 4.45 newtons, right? And then if you do the math, which basically it works out to, all right, let's go ahead and cancel the newtons. Boom, bam, cancel the newtons. And now we have 126, right? This is what it would work out to. 126, boom, pounds over 4.45 0.35, which is equal to, and then let's go ahead and bring our handy dandy calculator back up in here. All right, let me move this thing. Oh my goodness. Move this thing on over. So 126 divided by 4.45 is equal to 28, and we got a lot there, so we're going to round to 1 decimal place. That's what we're going to round to. That's what we've been doing all year, so that's what we're going to do. 28.3 lbs, and that's what we should be putting right here. 28, I'm going to put that in there, 0.3. And since the pounds is already right here in this, like right there in the top of the column, I do not have to put the units here. If the unit is up here already in the top of the column, you do not need to put the unit at the bottom. Okay, y'all. That is actually, the bell's ringing. I'm about to let some students in. That is actually everything for today. So get this finished. Complete this inside of your journal. So again, complete this inside of your journal. You should have a table. Make sure to show all of your work. Again, have a table. Make sure to show all of your work, just like I did over here to the side. This actually is showing your work right there. I'm good with that. But again, make sure you show the conversion, what you did here, and show all of your work. And then I will see you guys later. Peace!